Letting go isn't always a graceful experience. Sometimes it's gonna feel like you're turning your back on a blessing that you once prayed for. But here's the truth. Just because something once served you doesn't mean that it always will. In this video, we're going to be talking all about how to let go of things that no longer serve you. Hi, I'm Kaya, and I've learnt the hard way that sometimes letting go doesn't have to be a sign of weakness. It's choosing peace over pressure and growth over guilt. In this video, I'm going to be talking all about how to know when it's time to let go of things and how to actually do it without apologizing for putting yourself first. The thing is, we don't hold on because we want to. We hold on to things because we're scared. Scared of change, the unknown, judgment, scared of losing something that we once prayed for. But here's the truth that I really want you to sit with. Just because you're used to something doesn't mean that it's good for you. And staying out of guilt isn't loyalty. It's self-abandonment, and you need to check that. For me, it was my job. On paper, it was literally the opportunity of a lifetime. Something that I spent a really long time praying for. It paid well, it had a lot of growth potential, it looked amazing on my CV. But once I got there, it was really good at first, but behind the scenes, I kid you not, I was literally fighting for my life. Like, I had never had anxiety before I started this job. And all of a sudden, I was like anxious all the time. I couldn't sleep. I wasn't seeing my friends. I was thinking about my work while I was taking a shower. I was thinking about my work while I was eating. I was thinking about my work while I was in my dreams. And don't even get me started on the gaslighting in this workplace. Honestly, guys, it was horrible. Like, I was constantly on edge and I didn't even recognize myself anymore. But one day I was talking to my husband and I was basically like kind of telling him like, yo, like, I'm in a crisis. Like, this is not sustainable for me and I'm actually gonna lose my mind. So I knew that something had to change, but I just felt like really guilty about the fact that like, I got this really good opportunity. I've been praying to God for it for ages and now I want to leave. But as grateful as I was for the opportunity, I had to ask myself, what is the point of having a dream job if it's actually killing your spirit every single day? So I had no choice but to walk away. It pushed me to start my business. I had no idea what was gonna happen next. Like I'm such a planner, so every little thing that I do, I really want to have a plan and I really want to know that everything is going to be okay and be as prepared as possible. But in this particular situation, I had no clue. It was literally like I was jumping out of the window and just praying to God that he would catch me. Like, letting go of that job with no other plan to fall back on was one of the scariest things that I've ever had to endure. But thank God, because it's the reason why I'm here today and it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. And that whole situation just taught me that sometimes you have to leave the things that you've outgrown, even if you really loved it once. So now that you've heard my story, here are some tips that helped me get through it. You have to start being brutally honest with yourself. Is this situation helping you grow, or is it keeping you stuck and unfulfilled? Number 2, you need to separate your identity from the thing that you're leaving behind. You are not your job. You're not your relationship. You're not the old version of you, and you are allowed to evolve. Third tip is just to deal with all the feels. This is actually a very hard thing to go through. So if you need to cry, cry. If you need to sulk, sulk. Like, the thing that really works for me is to just cry and then take a nap. You might miss the thing that you're letting go of. You might feel guilty, but that's okay, because letting go of things is actually a very emotional experience. But it doesn't mean that you're doing the wrong thing. And tip number 4 is to get comfortable with not having to explain yourself. People are going to have questions. They're going to offer you unsolicited advice. They're going to be all up in your grill, all up in your business. But I'm here to tell you that you don't need to over justify yourself for choosing your peace. Anyone who loves you and respects you will just understand where you're coming from, and they will respect your decisions. It's your life. You can do what you want. Letting go doesn't mean that you failed in life. It just means that you're growing. It means that you're making room for the next version of you. You're choosing peace and alignment and faith over fear. So if there's something in your life that's no longer serving you, I hope that you find the courage to release it, even if it's a little bit scary, because what's ahead of you is worth so much more. And right now you're just wasting time and delaying the inevitable. If this video spoke to you, drop a comment and let me know what you're walking away from. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone that you think would like it, because over here we're about self-development and choosing ourselves. So I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.